Hey guys, I know it's been a few days. I just wanted to come on here and give you guys an explanation of what happened, answer any questions, and also give an update. So today's Thursday. So on Tuesday, I was sitting on my couch. It was middle of the day working. And all of a sudden, my aquarium had a release of water, and it was the entire front glass panel of my Red Sea 425 XL. This was not a slow drip. It was not a small stream of water that suddenly turned large. It was as if the whole bottom just collapsed. I was obviously very startled, so I jumped up immediately to get everything I could to stop the water. But when I saw how much was coming out so quickly, I had to run downstairs, grab buckets, and do my best to save my livestock. The update on that is right now all the corals are fine, but due to the stress of the whole situation, all of my fish passed away at different times, and it's really upsetting. Those were my pets. So in all, I lost 8 fish. I have 4 clownfish, a rabbitfish, a yellow tang, a blue tang, and a sailfin tang. So I'm really hurt to say that I don't have them anymore. But other than that, I had the water restoration people come out immediately. For those of you in the Southern California area, please save their information. This is a wonderful family that was really gentle and saved the day. The Serve Pro out of Long Beach, this specific family that runs this business, I definitely suggest that anyone between LA, Long Beach, San Diego, Riverside, San Bernardino, Orange County saves their information because they do handle emergency calls. I think their pricing is fair, and they definitely are very gentle, knowing that people call them in stressful situations. They were able to get to my house within 30 minutes, and they were immediately vacuuming the water up. So thankfully, I have no water damage. I currently have a lot of dehumidifiers and fans circulating just to make sure everything is dry. But after a couple more days, I should be in the clear. I have not heard from the company. I know that they've deleted my comments among other comments of supporters of mine. They've also deleted other comments that I saw where people had complained about their tanks bursting. I am the 3rd tank this week that I have heard about breaking from theirs. And there are countless videos on YouTube. There's Facebook groups. There's Reddit forums. A simple Google search will show you how many people have had this issue. A lot of people want to say, oh, it's because they sell so many tanks and there's a failure rate and blah, blah, blah. Listen, all of us know that anytime we have an aquarium, there's going to be a risk. So I'm not opposed to that, right? But my issue is, so although I'm not a structural or mechanical engineer or some sort of expert as far as building these things, I think there's just something to be said about a lot of people coming out with the same problem. And to me, I don't care if they sell 100 tanks, 1,000 tanks, 1,000,000 tanks. Even if you just have a handful of tanks that have the same issue, I think that's a sign that there might be some sort of defectiveness to look into. And it's okay. It would have been nice if they either recalled the tanks or offered, hey, we noticed that we're having this issue. We're going to offer to switch out your tank, or we're offering to provide some sort of additional stability for your tank. But there's been no communication to the people who purchased these items. So in all, this is not going to stop me. I think the part that hurts the most is, 1, I lost my pets. 2, I'm racing against the clock right now to figure out a new setup for my corals. And 3, this wasn't just about me having a tank to enjoy it in my house. This was literally a situation where I'm trying to grow coral. I'm trying to give it back to science. I'm trying to connect with different marine biologists around so that we can continue to use corals for further research and study. I feel like I was on the right side of this as far as being a hobbyist. So, other people have had this issue. I wasn't the first. I'm confident that I won't be the last, but that's the update. The other thing that I was going to say is that if this company does want to reach out to me, I am more than happy to have a conversation with them. I am not interested in another Red Sea tank. I think I've just seen too many stories now with too many people going through this exact issue. But if there was some willingness to help me rectify or cover the cost of water damage, which, you know, would be great, we can definitely have that conversation. Even if it's a conversation for them to investigate my tank and say, hey, let's take a look at this and see where it went wrong, you know. Oh yeah, just to answer a few more questions. Some people asked, was the tank level? Yes, the tank was level. It was installed with a leveler. We even looked at it after this incident happened and it was still level. So like literally this was the silicone just like letting go. And because I had heard of these stories over a year ago of silicone breaking, I made it a point to be very careful with any sort of like cleaning and getting the razor too close to the edges. And then I also monitored the sealing because I know for a lot of people, they would see the signs of it happening. There was no signs. My tank looked beautiful. You guys could see I always posted it. And that's another thing, you know, I always tagged the people who have anything to do with my tank. And so for me to have promoted Red Sea so heavily and now I have an incident, it's really disappointing to have them ignore my issue when I feel like I've given them a lot of publicity on my platform, you know, for what it is. So it is what it is. I definitely want to thank everyone that has shared my posts about this to help me spread awareness. I think we're over 60 shares between both posts, and those who have reached out to me and offered me like donations, who've offered me kind words of support. I thank you all. This is a setback, but this isn't the end. And yeah, I don't wish this on anyone. I will say be prepared. I suggest everyone have a roll of flex tape nearby their aquariums in case this were to happen again. Make sure you have buckets near your aquarium stored somewhere in case this happens to you. I would put cameras on your tank if you're not home, which I had because I was very fearful of this happening. And so once again, I thank God that I was home, because this would have been way worse if I was gone. I mean, water was all over the floors, all over my furniture, soaking my rug, spilling outside, spilling down the staircase, coming through the lights underneath the floor. It was a sight to see. So I just, you know, I hope everyone is just very vigilant, especially if you have this brand, and even other brands. Just be very, very prepared for something to happen like this. And you know, make sure whoever you're buying your tanks from is a company that will work with you, that will understand you, and give you reassurance that they will be there for you if you ever do experience issues. So take care. I will give another update once I figure out what's next.